Alicia Norman.
And I'm Nicole, aka Reaperish.
And we are all fired
up.
So I gotta tell you, when we found out that Rudy Giuliani was getting hit for 148
million.
I was like, girl. And she was like, girl. And
oh my God. She called me. I knew why she was calling me.
I'm like, and just, girl, I'm all kinds of emotions. Because I was just Ruby Freeman and Shaye went through so much stuff and hearing about it. And I'm watching people who I know are like hard. They're like hard, like gangster hard. And they crying, listening to what's going on with what happened to these women. People are showing up with nooses, talking about hanging them.
Talking about, I hope I'm close enough to hear your neck snap. You are on a whole nother level of crazy.
Yeah, and that's
doing that.
And Rudy still, like, afterwards, and he's like all pissed off, but he's still like, I don't regret nothing.
I don't regret nothing. I told the truth.
Yeah, you told the truth, but you had a truth that you didn't want to tell. You didn't even take the stand. All millions of years of you going to tell the truth, we ain't heard it. All the millions, because here's the thing. This is the thing that gets me, because these people, they wouldn't allow the evidence in court. All right, but, if he has evidence, he can show it on the show. Don't he have a show? Don't he have people who will let him come on the show? He show that evidence on the show. It's not like it's stop him from doing that.
How many times does he get on Bannon's show?
Dude.
Come on.
MAGA, read my lips. That man don't have no evidence. If he
they are lying to you.
It's like, so I'm glad that happened for them because they went through a bunch of stuff. And now maybe they'll be able to, I don't know, get a witness protection, go abroad, change their names, do what they need to change their lives and get started again.
Yeah, I want them to just be able to go and live in like a high rise that has a doorman and protection, so they don't have to worry about going into WITSEC, because WITSEC is a huge change. Like she really wouldn't be Miss Ruby no more.
That's true too.
But you can't let them give you that power.
That's true too. And you know what Jessica Denson said that she saw when she was watching it, when they gave a reaction to the verdict. Mm-hmm. And, she used to call herself Lady Ruby, I believe it was Lady Ruby. And she said, I feel like Lady Ruby again. And Jessica just broke down crying. And it was, because it's just like, she felt like she got her name back. And I'm glad.
I've watched Jessica's reactions to like watching the things, and I know how much that hit her. Like I didn't know about that, because the hearing with her and her daughter speaking, and I'm sure that you can relate very much. I cried listening to Miss Ruby.
Yeah, it was hard to, like, when I heard the verdict. I guess I was between happy and crying. And I know I'm not crying because I'm sad. I'm like crying like, yes.
There's
and to my husband who doesn't get it, I said, what people don't realize is when you're a minority, a targeted minority, and in a group where people will come after you, you feel like you're walking around with a sword of Damocles over your head all the time. Yeah. And something like this happens, and it feels like, maybe the sword shifted a little bit off.
It feels like it feels like justification, like, is what I think. And I can't speak for you or Lady Ruby. I don't have that experience.
But you understand being someone disabled, how people might treat
you. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Like, I was going to say, I just know from being in, like, really bad relationships. I know what it's like to feel like yourself again.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, this, I haven't felt like myself totally, except for when I started dressing like this again. Like, I told my husband, I'm like, I don't need a job no more. Like, I can't work anymore. I said, I want to go back to looking how I looked before I met you.
Yeah.
And he has been nothing but supportive. I think he low-key has, like goth fetish. He likes it.
But then it works out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, like I'm wearing a skirt. I bought like these long maxi dresses, and I haven't worn a dress since our wedding, probably.
That's good.
Wear dresses. I don't like regular dresses, but like this one has like a black sheet that goes to my knees, and then lace over all of that, so you can see my legs, but I have like a smaller skirt underneath. So it's really cute.
Speaking of stuff, I want you to tell our viewers how you doing post surgery. Because when I told people you're having surgery, you got so many well wishes, and people were wondering how you gonna be doing. I said I would update. So.
Well, thank you everybody for the well wishes and wondering how I'm doing. I'm doing great. The itching finally really stopped. I'm still in pain, but it's not even 1/10 of what it was. I just went to my doctor like on the 10th or the 11th, and my pain level had already come down to like a 6 or 7 instead of a constant 8. So like it works. I got my new little remote, and I actually turned it up to do this tonight because I know I'll be sitting for a while. But yep, I can turn it up and do all my programs through this.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
You're like robotic woman.
Yeah, my husband calls me like the $1 million woman.
There you go.
Yeah, he calls me like all cybernetic, all kinds of stuff. It's all with love. But yeah, it is weird. Like it's just like having a TENS machine on all the time, and it's inside you. But the relief that I get from it, once I am completely healed, the relief I will get from it will hopefully maybe take some of the pain medication away.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, because
that kind of thing.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
Is to get off the pain meds. But it's going to be a slow process until they figure out what else they can do to help me.
Well, I'm glad that you were able to get your surgery. I'm glad that you're starting to get better, and that we're going to start being able to do the show again. And you can, if you want to still do your solo stuff and things like that. And
once I start getting a little bit better, yeah, for sure, I might start doing solo stuff again.
And what was I going to say? So I also wanted to go back. The next thing we wanted to talk about too, outside of the wonderful Rudy thing, the impeachment stuff, girl.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The it's not there stuff. Yeah.
I mean, and they even admit that they don't have anything. And here's the thing. Here's what I don't get.
Several people have admitted they don't have anything.
And my thing is, okay, so, and we know this happens, but you're just driving down the road, somebody doesn't like you, and they just decide they're going to stop you. You haven't committed a crime, but they pull you over. I'll find a crime. That's what they're doing. They're going to find it, and that should not be a thing. People can't just mess with you. Right. It's like the stop and frisk thing. That's why I was so glad Rudy Giuliani was getting in trouble, because he did that whole stop and frisk thing in New York for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Who was not doing a crime or the commission of a crime should be stopped and messed with. Right?
The only reason that I am really, really just crazy mad about this impeachment thing is, not only is there nothing there, they've got the House. They're gonna impeach him. Mm-hmm. Regardless if they find something or not.
And they've said that too.
Yeah, because they want that to be the story for 2024.
Well, here's what they know. They got
people are smarter than that.
They've got 2 impeachments on their guy. They got 91 indictments on their guy. So when we say, hey, he's got impeachment, they're going to say, well, your guy was impeached. That's what they want.
Like, well, yours was impeached twice. You have 4 indictments, 91. Yeah. One public fucking picture.
It's so silly, and it's aggravating.
You.
and people are saying things like, I run into people, and I get it, who were saying that they were upset with Biden with how he's handling the Gaza thing. And so,
I get it too.
And so, but also though, he's been backing off because Netanyahu's crazy. And I know Biden's been like, you know,
Yeah,
I
he's
was
speaking
trying to
his
help you,
mind
bro.
now.
Yeah, Biden was like, you know, I was trying to help you out, bro, because we're allies and stuff. He's like, I don't know. And
Well,
Netanyahu,
Go ahead. Sorry.
and Netanyahu is like, no ceasefire, no two-state. He's crazy.
Yeah, I've been hearing some crazy stuff, and I don't know if it's true, so I don't want to spread it. But it's something we're going to talk about off the thing. But yeah, it's just crazy. Like, when does it stop? But we know, like, we have the Senate, so we know he's not going to be removed unless he can talk to certain Democrats in the House that will back off once they see there is nothing.
Yeah. Because this is crazy. Netanyahu's nuts. And as Jessica Denson said, and I agree with her, that if Netanyahu could, he would be backing Trump because Netanyahu is all buddy with Putin and stuff right now.
Oh, yeah. He's right wing to the max.
Yeah. And so, you know, if he could stab Putin, Biden's trying his best to be the statesman. And I love that about him, right? But he's got to also, this is the one thing I say about Democrats, and it drives me so crazy. Sometimes we got to do the offensive. Sometimes we got to do our own offense.
Sometimes it's not about the defensive. We need offensive.
Well, you look like you're fighting from a weak position if you're always on the defensive. Sometimes you be strategic. And I know some people are like, well, we can't be as bad as they are. There's nothing about being strategic that says you have to be evil about it.
Right.
Employ the same tactics. You could
the whole world said yes to a ceasefire. There is going in there to make them stop. The whole fucking world would have anybody's backs. Right.
And so that's my thing.
We're the ones vetoing stuff, not somebody else, not Russia, not, anywhere else. It was us.
So we need to get on the stick with this. But I still think at the end, here's the thing that I try to talk to people who say this, though. At the end of the day, Biden will leave in 4 years. At the end of the day, Biden is someone that you can reason with and say, hey, I think we can do this way. At the end of the day, he's not trying to be a dictator. If I had to choose between the two, I have to pick Biden.
Exactly. But also, like, I know for me, like, I'm not going to be playing the, who's worse game. Like, I want to tout the good shit that Biden has done that is just not getting enough attention. Like, I think
Colorado, you heard about in Colorado where they got the wind turbine.
Yeah. I saw Ben's interview. I was like, no, he didn't.
Yeah, girl.
I was like a proud sister.
Yeah, me too. And then he did a shout out to Midas Mighty. I'm like, hey.
Yeah, I was like, we are still the Midas Mighty.
He's so silly.
I know. But I've tried reaching out to him by phone, by message on Twitter, and we still follow each other, and he is just not answering. So I think he might have been more mad at me than he was at you, because I said some really mean stuff.
There's a backstory here, y'all. Y'all don't want to hear it, but anyway. But at the end of the day, I think
I totally forgot about. Yeah, that we're on.
It's cool, folks. Yeah. But
we watch them. They know we watch. Like, it's kind of water under the bridge.
Yeah. So yeah, if try to reach back out and.
Well, yeah, I respect the hell out of Ben for that interview.
Yeah, and I
was so proud to see him there.
He did so good because I don't know if I could have held myself together.
I don't know if I could have gotten myself together to say, hello, Mr. President.
And Brett was saying how they only had a few minutes because it was impromptu. They had to grab their stuff and get everything together. And I'm like, wow, you would not.
They told the story on the after show, and I was like, I'm not a member. Can't. Like, I physically can't touch the button. But yeah, I was just like, I thought it was so cool. And the brothers gave him lots of props about how he did. He did a really good job.
So that's what I'm saying.
Like,
it's like he's
Damn,
actually
out of 2 to 3 years.
That's what I'm saying. Our Dow is up. Stock market's doing good. Industries
we
are
got the
doing
CHIPS
good.
Act.
CHIPS Act. Medicaid. There's certain things they've been getting for seniors with Medicaid.
We fixed the Pennsylvania Bridge in record time.
But I'm saying, and so we know that if Trump was in office, it would all be about crowning his cronies and making money, and the rest of us would just go to spit. That's what I understand about people support him. My therapist said something today, and I thought it was really funny and true, though. He said, people talk like they part of the billionaire class. Like, I can't believe there's a estate tax. I'm like, honey, if you're not making X million dollars, you don't even have to worry about an estate tax. You know what you need to be worrying about? If you can get your Meemaw some medication.
Right.
Why are you caring about any of this? But they've tricked people into caring more about what happens to rich people than what happens in their own backyard.
Yes.
So they look at him like, oh, he's the purveyor of all this good and white.
He's the golden god to them.
Yeah, and it's crazy.
Literally and figuratively.
No, he's going to just rule over everything, and we're not going to get crap. And he lies.
Right. No, that's not happening.
No.
Fuck that. You say you want a revolution. Come on.
But yeah, well, we were going to talk about Hunter Biden in this whole thing. So I'm going to share.
Oh, yeah. Bring up that recording. Y'all, close your eyes when she starts this video. I remember seeing younger Biden.
He sounds just like his dad.
Just like him.
I've been the target of the unrelenting Trump attack machine shouting, "Where's Hunter?" Well, here's my answer. I am here.
He's like, I'm here.
Biden arrived on Capitol Hill on Wednesday and said, "I'm here. I am ready to testify publicly before the world, before your committee, but I am not doing any secret depositions where you all manipulate the facts.
Joe got that old man energy.
My name and my family, and as you have before.
But like his son, I think his son is like.
And Marcellus from the Midas Touch Network, Hunter Biden.
I want to say he's older than me.
To challenge the MAGA.
Probably close to 50.
Say, look, I'm not going to be sitting in a closed-door deposition that you've seen.
Yeah, he's probably really close to your age.
You have said, if I would be willing to do a testimony in court, that is something that you would want. So I'm here to testify before the world publicly. Take a look at what Hunter had to say. Play the clip.
I'm here today to make sure that the House committee's illegitimate investigations of my family do not proceed on distortions, manipulated evidence.
That's where he looks like Joe. He's got that furrowed brow.
And I'm here today to acknowledge that I've made mistakes in my life and wasted opportunities and privileges I was afforded. For that, I'm responsible. For that, I'm accountable. And for that, I'm making amends. But I'm also here today to correct how the MAGA right has portrayed me for their political purposes. I am first and foremost a son, a father, a brother, and a husband from a loving and supportive family.
Man, he looks like
I'm proud to have earned degrees from Georgetown University and Yale Law School. I'm proud of my legal career and business career. I'm proud of my time serving on a dozen different boards of directors. And I'm proud of my efforts to forge global business relationships. For 6 years, MAGA Republicans, including members of the House committees who are in a closed-door session right now, have impugned my character, invaded my privacy, attacked my wife, my children, my family, and my friends.
That's messed up.
They ridiculed my struggle with addiction. They belittled my recovery.
Personally, really.
They've tried to dehumanize me, all to embarrass and damage my father, who has devoted his entire public life to service. For 6 years, I've been the target of the unrelenting Trump attack machine shouting, "Where's Hunter?" Well, here's my answer. I am here.
That's what I'm talking about.
And here Hunter
So yeah, I love that because he's like,
oh yeah,
what's
he's
up?
like, you want me? I'm here.
I'm here. And I love that because then everybody, the Republicans broke down and cried and freaked out and everything.
Of course. Oh, we want to do it in a private hearing.
And why they want to do it in private? We all know why
we know.
In private. When they tried to do public hearings, they got spanked.
Uh-huh.
So now they want to go in private because then they can control the narrative.
Yeah, they want to lie and twist facts and make people believe something that is not true. Why do you think there's never any public evidence of the 2020 election being stolen or massive voter fraud in general? Like, you don't ever see the evidence. All you do is hear these people run their mouths.
They talk about evidence. You know, and I've had people.
Y'all, sorry, I was going to say, y'all need to start believing in what you see and not believing in just what you hear. Like, my eyes are more trusted than my ears any day.
Nicole, have you ever had someone come up to you too and they be like, well, you prove it didn't happen? I'm like, look, that's not how it works. You can't come to me and say, I know I've seen that dude kill someone and I have evidence. And then I say, well, great. Can I see the evidence? You show me some evidence. That's not how that works. You think
what about somebody? I'm like, I'm not here accusing people.
I'm not the one making the accusation. What the heck? And my favorite quote, and it's on top of my head, I can't remember who said it, but it's basically that which could be asserted without evidence can be dismissed without evidence.
Exactly.
And that's the way I see it. If you tell me you got proof of fairies, but you can't prove it to me,
exactly.
I'm not believing that stuff, and you can't.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry, but I don't take people's words for stuff.
Yeah,
I do my own research.
Exactly.
Only person that I generally believe outright is my husband, because he researches stuff. He knows what he's talking about. I don't care what anybody says. He is super intelligent. And like, he has proven time and time again, like when he says something to me, he's always like, bet me. And then I lose. Like, he's just really intelligent, and he's the one who tells me about stories before I can read them now.
Well, and look at it this way.
What I've done to you.
Well, but look at it this way too. When you know people will vet stuff, you know you can trust them. You look at these guys, they talk about evidence, they never show it. And then when I meet these people believe this, I will always say, show me the evidence. And 9 times out of 10, it either ends up with them going, well, you show me evidence of the contrary, or they stop talking to me, because I think what happens is they go, I'm going to Google and I'm going to show her. And they look and they find there's no verifiable evidence. And I always quantify it this way. I don't want you to just tell me what your Meemaw told you. I want you to show me something that would stand up in a court of law.
Not to mention, if something isn't there and something isn't true, how are you supposed to prove it when it's not there and you don't have any proof? Like, that's the point, is there is no proof. So, like, just ridiculous. Like, I don't understand. Somebody that I watch, it might have been Midas Touch, but somebody I watched was talking about, it could have been Brian Tyler Cohen too, how the reason he like has captured them is because he makes them believe like he's the victim.
Yes.
And
well, think about
they
it.
Take that victimhood personally. And
they're aggrieved and victimized. And so everybody else is the reason why they're victimized, right?
They're being victimized 2 ways. They're being victimized by being told that something is happening, and they're being victimized because you're in a goddamn cult. I'm sorry for being so crass.
Yes, but it takes that. It takes pounding.
It's been like 8 years now or something. Like, it's time to be a big person.
Wake up.
Right. It's time to wake up and smell the Biden, because
Why do they hate being woke so much? They hate woke because they want to sleep.
I always say when people say shit about woke, I would rather be woke, because that means I know the truth. I'm not under some spell. I'm not sleeping through my life. Like I'm awake to shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, fuck out of here. If you want to say that's a bad thing, then why are you trying to make everybody believe that being awake to the truth is such a bad thing? It's because they want to take advantage.
Yes. Think about this. How in the world can you rail against being awake? Who does that? I want to remain in my sleeping coma. Thank you. Don't rouse me from a coma.
And I'll even help some of you people in a cult. Woke means that you are awake to the fact that there's people that are different from you, that have different struggles, and not everybody's bad. Like, and there's so many layers to it, like social justice, gender identity, like all that stuff that they say is bad. It's just a progression to life. Like, most of you are probably like my parents, born in the 50s, 60s. Did you want to live like your parents in the Depression?
Sounds
I bet not.
And that's what they good old days. Do you want to go to those so-called good old days?
That shit ain't good to me.
They have no idea. Yes, but you know what?
So infuriating.
We
going to me now?
Yes, because we were going to be talking, because I know you were really excited about talking about this one.
Yes.
This was crazy.
Oh my God. I'm going to go to one of my favorite well, he's not technically progressive. One of my favorite non-MAGA, probably Republican adversaries, Beau of the Fifth Column. And he's going to explain to you about how the Grinch stole Christmas.
I love Beau.
I know, me too.
He's so matter of fact.
He is, and he doesn't play. All right, here we go. Uh-oh.
Got it?
I know. I'm putting it up. Where is my... What?
Did you notice the Grinch was in the back? I did not notice before that the Grinch was in the back. He usually does something with a shirt. Maybe he couldn't find a Grinch shirt? That is so cool. That's why I want to know what his shirt is saying now. Your mic is off. There you go. You ready?
Let me try this again. I don't know why it's acting up.
Is it stuck? Do you want me to try it on my end? There's the play.
Come on. Oh, I know why. Hold on.
Okay.
Sorry, this is me. Your screen sharing is paused. Okay. Resume. You might have to cut some of this out. Let me see.
Well, howdy there, Internet people.
There he is.
So today we are going to talk about Jack Smith and the Grinch. And just a reminder for people who are involved or watching certain developments that are occurring in the United States that are, kind of historic proportions. Because I guess some people have forgotten
Sorry,
the gravity of the situation here.
He is very matter of fact at the end of this video.
The legal team for former President Trump, they had an issue with Smith's request for an expedited schedule when it came to looking at Trump's claim of presidential immunity before the appeals court there. In their filing, basically asking for it not to be expedited. They said that the schedule that was being proposed, well, it quote, would make President Trump's opening brief due the day after Christmas. This proposed schedule would require attorneys and support staff to work round the clock through the holidays, inevitably disrupting family and travel plans. It is as if Special Counsel Brown, with his Grinch fingers nervously drumming, I must find some way to keep Christmas from coming, but how? I mean,
like he looked at the camera like, really?
Ridiculous.
So I mean, I think that's cool. But I would like to point out a couple of things. First, this didn't work.
No, they were like, oh, okay.
Did not.
Here's what I thought was funny. They basically,
But I think it might be worth reminding everybody that this is potentially the most consequential criminal case in American history. Yeah, you might have to work overtime. I mean, that kind of goes with it. It's also worth noting that that's the last day for that file. Maybe do it before. You don't have to work on Christmas. You could get it done ahead of time. It is baffling to me that
Best part.
there are people who are still viewing this as something that is just of normal political substance. It's not. This is a criminal trial of the former president of the United States. And the crux of it, what is going to be decided in that courtroom is whether or not Trump sought to basically engage in a self-coup, to interfere with the election to the point that it would alter the outcome. That's pretty important.
Yeah.
I'd also like it noted that there are a whole bunch of people who believed the lies about the election that are going to miss Christmas for a while. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.
Girl, yes, I love him. And like I was,
what were you saying throughout that?
So I was saying how what I thought was funny was so in response, the appellate court was like, oh, okay. So we'll make the deadline December 23rd. You'll
right.
lose 3 days.
Nobody will miss Christmas.
Nobody miss Christmas. It's like,
y'all did this.
Y'all did that to yourselves.
Right.
Cell phone. Ooh.
But like just the audacity. Like I swear to God, I said earlier to my husband, like you got Trumpy Trump over here talking about how the Grinch stole Christmas, and now you got the old fox in the house talking about Santa Claus and why kids need to drink whole milk. I'm like, y'all are on the house floor. She did like a whole accoutrement of why it's good to drink whole milk. It's like, dude, like, why do you think kids, mostly kids, don't drink whole milk anymore?
And look at this too. I can just imagine, because they're just not taking stuff seriously with the gas stoves and the milk.
Oh yeah,
just
they need all the hormones.
And then and then even when we go back to the Grinch thing, I just want to be a fly on the wall when those justices open that motion brief, and they were like,
and see the Grinch.
These mofos right here.
I know.
Thing.
They're like, oh no, we're gonna kick this up a little bit.
That's probably why
they're obviously not taking this serious. So maybe we should bore them.
Exactly. So that backfired bigly. That backfired just the same way as Lena Hubbard. I'm sure you saw this. Lena Hubbard goes in and you've heard of the Blasingame case where they were talking about the immunity.
It was Trump's
thing.
goddamn
It was
case.
his case. And they asked her about it and she's like, I'm not familiar.
Jesus. Somebody save me.
We know what the Blasingame case is. You know, our client.
So we pay attention to stories on the channels we watch, and I think that shit just came down like
a couple weeks
ago.
Yeah. What this system? He's gonna lose. He going to jail. Girl, she is not gonna say.
I can't wait. I cannot wait. Like, Jack Smith was so damn smart going over the heads of the appeal court. You're like, well, he's gonna appeal it anyway, so I'm just gonna bring it here because it's gonna end up here anyway.
Yeah, stop all the games, cut all the motions. Here we go. And now he's like, wait. No, I wanted to expedite like that.
That was another one that Bo did, I think. She was like, well, they want to speed it through the appeals court, or they wanted to speed something else through, like just recently. Oh, the gag order.
Yeah.
Like, you want to speed all this stuff up? Well, let me do this for you.
There you go. And then it's like, wait. Can we have a conversation now? Talk to your girl about Blasingame. Get her caught up.
My baby has come into the room. Come here, Bubba.
What's she doing?
Come here, Bubba.
Oh.
Now he wants to go and run out the room.
That's Phoenix.
Marcus Phoenix.
Oh. That's a pretty fur baby.
Yeah.
But girl, yeah, it's just been insane lately.
Don't mind my.
There's the Phoenix.
Phoenix.
There's your Phoenix. He's like, I'm giving you kitty back. That's what I call it when the cats ignore you. I call it kitty back.
Yeah. Oh my God.
But no, I'm just,
The place is a disaster because of Christmas, and I haven't been able to wrap anything because of my back. I just got gift bags. I'm like, fuck y'all, I ain't wrapping this year.
I do that too. I'm really bad at it. You see this thing like some 5-year-old wrapped it. Got a little
Me too.
I
usually ask Nick to help me out because he does it like he's really good at it. I'm like, well, can you just do all of these? I'm not gonna ask him to do that, but like we've got like this whole big ass box, not big, but it's like this tall and like this wide with nothing but bags in it and tissue paper. I'm like, that's what I'm doing this year. I go to my parents I go to my mom's on the 23rd, come home the 26th. Hopefully my father-in-law will not be, he won't be, what's the word?
COVIDed?
He will, he won't be spreading.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So hopefully he'll be good by then.
Yeah.
But yeah, girl.
I hope he starts feeling better too. 'Tis the season. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So, when I got COVID, it was around the holidays. So. Speaking of holidays, if people want to get merch, I thought I had something here, some Be Your Own Hero merch. Nicole,
I got a cup with them, but it's nasty.
Tell them where they can go.
I haven't been in here in a couple weeks. Go to Etsy, and it's
Fighting Words Design.
Fighting Words Design on Etsy. And if you type in, like, pick out your merch, not just our stuff, but you can pick out whatever. And then during checkout, you can put in BYOB10, and you'll get 10% off of everything, not just our stuff. And that was a wonderful deal that Kathleen wanted to offer to our wonderful subscribers. So go on over there at Fighting Words Design on Etsy.
Yep. And, you know, the perfect stocking stuffer. We've got bags, we've got the cups, and all that stuff. We'll put a link in the description and all that great stuff. And
go ahead, sorry.
Oh, and I'm gonna want to make sure that I want you to say what you're gonna say first.
Okay. We have already met our 1,000 subscribers. We thank each and every one of you again for that. We need y'all to do some favors for us. Can y'all watch some of these videos like till the end? Just one or two of them. We need to get our watch hours up so we can finally offer like a subscription. Or a membership or something for you guys. And we want to do maybe more personal behind the scenes stories of stuff that we've shared in our past. Like her and I do a lot of soul searching calls and mental health stuff, you know, talking to each other. Spend like an hour on the phone last night. Like I'll do it live on here. We'll talk about.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I'm open. I'm very open to anything. But we need to be able to get to our membership status. So if you guys can watch like one full video, I know sometimes we're a little breathy. But it's all facts and it's all from us, you know, from us, from our hearts. So that's all I wanted to say.
And I just want to say too that so we can get you, you know, rested because she's still recovering. I'm going to go ahead and say that this was a wonderful, after not being able to do it, this is a wonderful comeback. The wonderful news, also Rudy Freeman and all that stuff. It's perfect icing on the cake.
And I'm so glad to see all of y'all. Even though I can't see y'all, I'm so glad y'all could see me again.
Yeah, exactly. So, guys, we're going to sign off and tell you guys to have happiest of holidays, safe travels. And, you know, please stay all fired up. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Holidays. Love you guys. Bye.